What's going on, guys? Today we're going to talk about should you install a shower or a salon in your adult day center. But first, before we get into it, make sure you like, comment, subscribe, show a little love. Today we are shooting on location with our man Dre behind the camera in his event center because we are currently occupying the other space. So that being said, guys, show him some extra love today and check out bashmenteventcenter.com or whatever the website is. That's probably not it. But anyways. My name is Christian, the founder and CEO of Active Age Daytime Senior Care. And today we're gonna talk about, hey, does it make sense for you to put a shower in your adult day center or to have a salon, right? So when you're thinking about this, because this is a question that has come up a lot, people are like, do I need to have a salon or do I need to have a shower? You don't necessarily have to have these things. It's more of a question about, does it make sense for you to have these things in your space? If you're opening up a 1,200 square foot adult day center, it's like, you may not want to tie up that much space in your 1,200 square foot adult day center to just have a shower and a salon. So you gotta ask yourself these questions is, one, do I have enough space? Two, does it make sense for me to tie up that amount of space in my center? Or is that gonna eat into too many potential bathrooms that I might need? Or is that gonna eat into the space that I might use for bathrooms that are gonna be required? Or eat into the space that is gonna allow me to have a certain number of people attend per day? Because at the end of the day, you're gonna be compensated and you're gonna earn revenue based on the number of people that can attend your center on a daily basis. So if you tie up space and now you can have 5 less people per day or 7 less people per day, like, does it make financial sense for those people that they can no longer come because you have this shower that you might use a handful of times per week? So number one, do you have enough space? Does it make sense? Number two, if you have enough space and now you're more of like, okay, do I have the funds to actually build and put a shower into the space? Because if you think about this, if you're adding a shower, more than likely you're gonna have to dig up concrete and you have to replumb the drain line, and you might potentially have to replumb water over to the space, and you're gonna have to put a pan in, and you're gonna have to seal the area and put tile and all these different things in. And these might be things that you hadn't taken into consideration, and you might spend a couple $1,000s on tile installation. You might spend a couple $1,000s on the drain lines and a couple $1,000s on the plumbing that comes into that space. Next thing you know, you're $5,000, $6,000, $10,000 into a shower. Does that make sense? Like, how many showers do you gotta give to make that money back? Interested in starting your very own adult day center, but not sure where to turn, where to go? Make sure you visit adcpro.com and sign up for our monthly webinar. We cover different topics every single month, and we always have live Q&A, so you can ask the questions that are important to you. Join us every single month. Go to adcpro.com, and we'll see you on the next webinar. Say you're charging 20 bucks a shower or 25 bucks a shower, or maybe you charge by the hour. I don't know, however you charge for your shower services. Like, are you ever gonna make that money back? Is it gonna take you 2 years, 3 years, 5 years, 6 years? Do you care about the return on investment for that shower? Or are you more interested in the convenience that you're gonna be able to offer to families? This all really comes down to, do you have the funds to do it? And if so, do you really care about the return on investment? Or do you care more about the impact that you're giving to your members by just giving their families one less thing to worry about? Same with the salon side of things. If you're adding a salon, now you might have to deal with things related to the building department. So in addition to drain lines and kind of cabinetry and how you're gonna set up your shower space versus your salon space, in addition to all the construction elements of it, now you might have to deal with the building department. The building department might look at that salon or may see that you're putting a hair salon in, and they may like, oh, we need to have certain ventilation. Now we gotta have X cubic feet per minute coming out of this space, and we gotta suck all the air out of here. We gotta add this thing to your air conditioning unit, and that, all of a sudden you're like, holy cow, I didn't know, do I really need all that stuff? And they're like, yes, you do. You need everything. We gotta get you up to compliance so that you're meeting the current codes. And you're like, well, what does that mean? You're like, well, you gotta do this, 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 and this. And you're like, holy cow, what did I opened up a can of worms. I should have just kept my mouth shut. And and then not done a salon, okay? But if you really want to do a salon, just know that you might encounter not only these construction costs, but you may encounter some building department issues that may cause delays, that may cost you more money, that may require you to do things that you were not planning on doing. So you just gotta take these things into consideration. How important is it to you? It really comes down to your finances. If you're tight on finances, then these two things are not gonna add enough value to truly earn a return on your investment. Okay, so if finances are like really important to you, I would say, look, take the money you're gonna spend on a shower and salon services and put that into marketing and hiring a team and just like, really focusing on the marketing and the team building side of it and providing a lot of value for your members. But if money is not as much of an object, then sure, this is a great convenience and it's more of a luxury to have. But you gotta ask yourself these questions and you really gotta look at your own situation and evaluate, does this make sense or not? Because in most cases, there really isn't a large enough return on investment to make this worth it. It more is about creating convenience for the families who are using your services. So I look at it like we do things in our adult day program that really create a convenience for families. And that convenience that we create for those families is where the value add is. But we're not able to justify or quantify what that return on investment is. We're just trying to make their lives easier. And so it really kind of depends on where you're at and what stage you're in. And look, if you're just starting out and this is your first adult day program, it's okay to start out smaller. It's okay to start out with a smaller space. It's okay to start out without a shower. It's okay to start out without a salon. Those are perfectly fine. You can do that. If money is not as much of a problem and you have the funds to do it, then look, go all out. Create this luxurious premier adult day program. That's fantastic because you can focus on adding value. There is necessarily no wrong way. It's just what's the right way for you. So that being said, if you are interested in starting your very own adult day program, go to adcpro.com. Join us for our monthly webinar. Make sure you join our private Facebook group. And if you are interested in owning your very own ActiveAge, go to activeagecare.com/franchise. We'll see you on the next one. Peace. Hey guys, thank you so much for joining me. If you'd like to learn how to open your own adult daycare center, go to adcpro.com. If you'd like the latest business tips, click here and make sure you subscribe to our channel. Click